Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jess Reads. If you're new here, I'm Jess, or if you're not new here, welcome back. So today's video, I thought I would do 10 fantasy books that I'd like to get through in 2024 because I am fairly new to the genre. Even though last year I did say I wanted to get more into fantasy, I never really did last year. So this year I want to change that. It's still January, it's still early enough to where I can do that. So yeah, this is going to be my top 10 choices, I guess, for books. Well, I guess it's like it is a TBR, but it's like a top 10 TBR that I'm actually choosing, and I'm not using a jar or anything. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book that I want to get through is actually a book that I started last year and still haven't finished because, of course, there's lots of books out there, and I kind of just put this one on the back burner. Maybe I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. So that book is The Fairy Bargains of Prospect Hill by Rowena Miller, and this is about a girl named, what is her name? Delphine. That's what I thought it was. A girl named Delphine, and well, a woman, and her sister is getting married, but Delphine finds out that her sister's fiance isn't who they thought he was. So she basically makes a deal with fairies, a bargain with the fairies, to like stop the wedding or like just do something to avoid it. And yeah, I am on right now. I'm still fairly in the beginning still. I'm on page 60. So, out of 408. So, I have a long way to go, but it's still it's good so far. I mean, I know I took a break from it, but what can I say? It's it was a book that I want to finish. It's a book that I still think is good. So we'll see if I keep my end of the bargain up and actually get through it this year. So keeping with the fairy theme, the next book I want to read this year for fantasy is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I know that she just came out with the second book. I cannot remember what it's called. Sorry, but this is the first book, and it is the original hardcover. I know I am obsessed with the hardcover, which is why I bought it. I think it's already out, the second book, so I want to get it. I should probably get through this first, That's what this video is after all. So this book, and actually I'll read the back. That's what I've been known for doing. It's a curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discovers dark magic, friendship, and love in this heartwarming and enchanting fantasy. I mean, yeah, sounds right up my alley. So book number 3 is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I have heard so much about the Atlas 6, the whole series, Olivia Blake, all her other books. Oh, excuse me. I just ate some pretzels and drank some water, and now I have belchy gas inside me. I should probably cut that out, but I'm not going to because I won't feel like it. Anyway, so this story follows 6 talented musicians, and they need to earn a place in the Alexandrian Society, the foremost secret society in the world. The chosen will secure a life of power and prestige beyond their wildest dreams, but at what cost? I'm not going to read the rest of it because I feel like that's a way to a good way to leave a cliffhanger and like for myself. This, look at the writing. It's very, very small and it's a pretty thick book. But I'm excited for this because I've heard so much about it, and I mean, it's gotta be pretty good, right? So next we have what I think is like the heftiest book in this whole pile, and that is Malice by John Gwynne. I saw this book on here. I can't remember who, it was on BookTube. I can't remember which booktuber like made me aware of it, but I digress. So, and this is the first book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, and let's see. The Banished Lands has a violent past where armies of men and giants clashed in battle, but now giants stir anew, stones weep blood, and there are sightings of giant worms. Those who can still read the signs see a threat far greater than the ancient wars. For if the Black Sun gains ascendancy, mankind's hopes and dreams will fall to dust, and it can never be made whole again. Okay. This is another book where it's massive and the writing is incredibly tiny. But again, I've heard really good things about this, so I'm excited. For book number 6, we have Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed, and this is about, it is a gothic horror retelling of the juniper tree, in which a young witch seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her ruthless wizard father. So I have never read the Juniper Tree, but I don't know, this seems like it's, again, right up my alley. I like the title of Juniper and Thorn. I don't know, and I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I really like this. So, we'll see how it goes. Number 7 is actually a YA fantasy, and it is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. And this follows Tierney James, and it says, in Garner County, girls are banished for their 16th year to release their magic into the wild so they can return purified and ready for marriage. But not all of them will make it home alive. Okay. Yeah, I'm like pretty excited about this. I don't know. I mean, I know it's fantasy, so it's a little like intense and scary and dark, but I mean the cover's pink, so that is again what drew me to the book. Yeah. Okay, so for book number 8, I know I said that Malice was like the heftiest book, but I may have been wrong about that. And that is the Declaration it's a Declaration of the Rights of Magicians by H.G. Parry. And this is a sweeping tale of revolution and wonder in a world not quite like our own. A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians is a genre-defying story of magic, war, and the struggle for freedom. I don't know, you know what it was? This kind of reminded me of like, how do I explain it? Like one of those like whimsical story kind of things. So I don't know how to explain it other than it just like, it looks very whimsical, but obviously it's about like war and other dark topics, so we'll see what actually occurs. Next, we have a book that I'm actually really excited about, and that is The Shadow in the Glass by, I don't know how to pronounce it because I don't think they're initials, but it's J.J.A. Harwood. Please forgive me for not knowing how to pronounce J.J.A. I don't know. But this is a Cinderella retelling, and it's a thought-provoking take on a classic. And it says it's deliciously dark, so it's a deliciously dark, thought-provoking tale on a classic. So, yeah, no, this this might be, I'm not telling the books that I want to read in any order, but this might be the first book I pick up. because it seems, you know. And last but not least, we have a book that I'm sure everyone has heard of, and that is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Should have known that. I'm literally reading Once Upon a Broken Heart right now. And this is literally, let's see, it's a legendary competition, a mesmerizing romance, an unbreakable bond between two sisters. And Caraval, it says, is the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show. So it's like a circus type thing, which, I mean, it makes sense. Like, the cover is kind of circusy, I guess. So yeah, I'm really excited. And you know, like I said, they said to read, you know, everyone is saying you should go through Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After, and I forgot what the third one's called, but they said to go through those first and then start on Caraval and Legendary and Finale. So this might be one of the last books I read for the year, because I want to get through Once Upon a Broken Heart and all those. So we'll see. Alright, so those were my top 10 fantasy picks for 2024. Leave a comment down below if you've read any of these or if these are also on your TBRs. Yeah, also keep leaving suggestions of what videos you guys want to see from me, because I may or may not be running out of ideas, and it's literally January, and I wanted to start the new year off with a bang, coming back for good, hopefully. So yeah, just leave a comment of whatever you want to see. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Let's see if we can get this video to 10 likes. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but everyone else says it, so yeah. Alright, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you all. Thank you so much for being supportive. Bye, guys.